Hello and welcome to the channel. In today's episode, we're about ready to get into the garden. It's time to start putting a few of the plants that I've had in the house as well as in the greenhouses outdoors. So if you'd like to see what I'm about ready to put in the garden today outdoors, stay tuned. My outdoor greenhouse, or I should say my garage growing greenhouse, is closed for business. All the things that were still alive has transitioned into the black greenhouse. It's time to get to work. Let's go. I received some longevity spinach a while ago from Diva Jones, and it's been sitting in the house and it has rooted quite nicely. I actually took a relatively longer piece than this, chopped it in half, and rooted that and gave that to my sister. So that's been planted in her garden as of, I want to say, 2 weeks ago. And so this needs to get into my garden. So let me show you where it's going to go. I decided that I am going to place the longevity spinach in this container right here. I'm at the back of the garden. This is right next to where I have my perpetual spinach. It's charred. Here we go. I almost forgot for a quick second what it was. So this has already been refreshed. I put some homemade compost and some bone meal and blood meal in here already. So I don't need to put anything else in here. I've already taken the chop and drop and snatched it out and laid it on top. You can see it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this back, kind of like stir it up a little bit, and I'll show you, just to kind of get some of this fertilizer that I threw on the top in the soil. I also have some mulch here. I'm just going to mix it up like that, just to get that fertilizer in there. Pull that chop and drop like so. Lay that to the side. I'm going to let that stay on top and rot down. So I'm just going to move this wood chip back. And it's been raining. It rained today. So as you can see, I hope you can see, the soil is moist. I did water it 2 nights ago. So it has plenty of moisture. The top is dry, but this has plenty of moisture. So I'm going to place, sorry, I can't speak today. I'm going to place the spinach right here. Now, these roots look really good. I don't need to add anything to these roots. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I'm just going to pour that water in there like that. Long, beautiful root system. I'm going to pull off the little pieces of spinach that died off, just like so. I don't want it to start out with anything dead on it. I already have pests in my garden, and we're not even finished with March yet. My new seedlings I put in the garden have already been eaten down to the ground, so I had to start over with some seedlings. Very disappointed in that. Extremely disappointed in that. I didn't expect for there to be the bugs out so early, eating up everything, but yeah, my cantaloupe, my watermelon, my cucumbers have all been eaten, and I've had to start that over. So here I am, and I'm trying to decide, do I want to place it just in the middle, or do I want to, actually what I'm going to do, I'm not going to just place it all in the middle, because these can get pretty big. They can fill out nicely. I'm just going to place them strategically in the pot. I hope you all can see, just like that, covering up those beautiful roots. Those roots are beautiful. Look at that. Look, can you all see how long that root system is? I'm still pulling. Roots are gorgeous. If you are watching Miss Diva Jones, thank you so much for gifting me this beautiful longevity spinach. It is still alive, and I hope for it to stay that way for a long time to come. There we go, covering up those beautiful roots like that. Grabbing another piece. And I am going to put a little more wood chip on the top. I have my bucket over to the side. You all saw the wood chip bucket as I was walking up to the pot. I want to make sure that it stays moist. I'm going to bury this piece of cardboard so that it breaks down in the pot. You all can probably see I've got stuff out of my compost bin in this pot. This was a pecan, either one that I was eating or one my mother was eating. We went and did some pecan picking last fall, and we have been cracking those pecans. Here we go. And I've thrown the shells in my compost bin. You can compost your pecan shells, you all, if you were not aware. So don't just throw them out. Go ahead and compost those down. And this is just unbroken down compost out of my compost bin. So I'm just going to stick that under the soil and let that break down even further, just like that. And this is my last piece of longevity spinach, and I'm going to place it right here. That root down in there. And I just want to show y'all. Can you all see? Look at that. Can you see that? Just gorgeous. It rooted very, very well. So I'm going to get it in here. Trying not to disrupt the root system. Just like so. And as a matter of fact, I do have a little bit of store-bought compost. I'm going to put a little bit of store-bought compost on this before I put the wood chip. So let me get some of that compost. All right, I've topped it off with some store-bought compost. I didn't show you guys me throwing handfuls of compost in here because you've seen me do that before. All I did was take a couple of handfuls and dump it in. This is the irrigation tubing. I'm still working on the irrigation tubing back here. I have some new pots back here, and I've already run the line. I just need to attach it to the main irrigation line. And I haven't done that yet, but I will do that. I've been watering by hand up until I get that finalized, but I'm just firming it in like so. And I did cover up that wood chip, so I'm not really going to worry about that wood chip that was already here. In this store-bought compost, I put some vermiculite, some perlite, and some coconut coir. What I'm trying to do this year is to try to make sure that my containers are as moisture retentive as possible. There's the word for the day, moisture retentive. So I'm just going to put some recycled wood chip, and looks like I threw some compost in here from another container. So I'm just going to leave that in here to break down. I'm going to shove that along the side of the pot. That's just some leaves from another container somewhere in the garden that I obviously threw in here. I'm just going to take this compost and not this big piece of whatever this is, a stick, petrified stick looks like. And I'm going to take it and pour it into the container. This is just reused cedar chips. I pulled it off several other pots, and I'm just going to put it on here like this. Now I do need to get some more wood chip just to make sure that I have everything nice and covered so that it stays nice and moist. I try to put a nice layer, about an inch or two. That way the plants are not as dry as they otherwise would be if you did not have mulch. And that's it for me, everybody. I am done planting up my longevity spinach. I am going to give it a water in to make sure that the roots are seated and that they know that they're in their home. So I'm just going to give them a little bit of water. But that's it for me today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, leave me a comment, and I hope to see you either in my food forest, my kitchen, not my indoor grow space, because that is over until the fall. So you'll see me either in the food forest or perhaps the kitchen real soon. Bye for now. And if you're not growing something and you're thinking about it, and you can already get in your garden, put it all in there, y'all. Get as much as you can in because we need to grow it. Bye for now.